It's Don Spivin. This has been there Rock at episode 64. We are live from Port Authority still. Seems like we've been here for 6 months.
You know that's right.
Robbie's not here. Flatbush Corner, as always, is
All
here.
day.
Flatbush Corner, praying slow. What is going on?
Slow motion like the ocean, you know what I mean? We out here giving the people what they want, you know what I mean? I'm glad to be back in Port Authority. Matter of fact, yesterday my wife and my son was here with OSD Sean, and he had like a arts and crafts kind of for the kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was good. I mean, he came. Little Mac came home with some pictures that he drew. Sean gave him like diagrams of like a T-shirt or a hat and sneakers, and then you make it into your own colorway. See something that inspires you within the exhibit, and then a lot of kids was out here. Bernadette brought through
his wife.
Yeah, brought through.
What's up, Bernadette?
You know, little baby Sean. You know what I mean? And she came through and did her thing. Met Little Mac, so they interacted, and some other kids was here. I think, matter of fact, April Walker niece was here. You know what I mean? Looked like the splitting image of her. You know, she out here back from Tokyo. So my wife was telling me a lot on who was here and who was not. You know what I mean? But shout out to him for doing that. And then I got with our boy Uncle Nick. He directed a Bruise Brothers video, which was Bruise Brothers. They out there. That's our low life family from Philly. So Hemlo came through to do a video out there in LES. So he called. Uncle Nick called me to come down and, you know, do a little two-step for them and show some love, you know. Anywhere I could get my exposure and push the Been There, Rock That movement, I'm all for it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, 30 years plus, I'm still keeping these feet active.
You're always doing something.
Yeah,
you're always busy.
We got to, man, because until everybody see what iHeartRadio see, then... So we out here like, you know, Jehovah Witness, knocking on doors and giving out these Been There, Rock That flyers and cards and you know what I mean? Like you at Fashion Week, you do what you do. I'm in these streets, I'm doing what I'm doing. So hopefully everybody get on the same page by 2020, you know, because that's all the campaign we doing. But, you know, with God's grace and glory, we'll be there, God willing. You know what I'm saying? But Polo Pirata, what's good, family?
Listen, I'm starting to feel like Robbie. I can't. There's so much you do. Like you do so much. It's like I do 2 things and that's it. But I went to the Flood Project. They had like a little in-store fashion show. I went to that. I went to San Gennaro just to walk through that crowded mess.
Yeah, how is that, man? That's
crowded.
Been going on for years, and it's always crowded.
It's either that one. I like that one, or they do have one on 18th Avenue in Brooklyn. I kind of like that one better. That's in the beginning of September. But yeah, San Gennaro was a mess. I don't even know why I walked through it. I just do it because you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did it.
If you're part of New York and that old New York, you gotta go through there or whatever. You know, if you like swine, you get your little Italian sausage, you know, stuff like that. But you know, other than that, you get your funnel cakes.
I didn't get anything. I just
didn't get nothing.
No, I just walked through. It was just a walk.
You know what I mean?
It was just a quick walk through, and it wasn't even a quick walk through. It was a hella long walk through.
Wow.
Because it was crowded like I was in traffic. I was driving the car. It was just,
right.
But anyway, I also ran into Jonathan Manning, the photographer. He did countless hip hop album covers and stuff like that, and just, you know, he did like a lot of Jay-Z stuff. He's doing the Game's new album cover and stuff like that. Okay. So I ran into him.
That's what's
up. You know, hopefully get him on the podcast soon.
Definitely. Matter of fact, I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but my man A Sharp, that used to be down with Kwame back in the days. Like I used to be doing shows with him and stuff like that. But his birthday was last night, so I wanted to salute him because he a Brooklyn icon. You know, he's been a legendary promoter in these clubs out in New York and gave people that good feeling party atmosphere from back in the days, and he had a great party last night up in BK at the Drinking Cafe, so on Franklin Ave. So I wanted to salute him. You already know. solar return, always.
And I also had to, had to do a little thing with this hat collaboration.
Yes,
The
sir.
wheels are finally starting to turn. We do stage 1. It's like 5 stages, but yeah, it'll be coming soon. We'll have more information on that.
And that's another thing with the merch. Talking about merch, I'm glad you segued into that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to
You be
get,
forgetting stuff.
I'm trying to just get my my manufacturer. You know what I mean? I don't want to say no names and put them on blast and then have his DM lit, but it's an APB out for my bro. Once I could get in touch with him, this merchandise would start flowing again the way it should be. We setting up for fall, winter. I know we still got some pre-orders on some t-shirts and some hats, but please, patience is a virtue, and trust and believe. We got a lot of things coming with our merchandise department, so the merch department gonna be saluted properly. But right now, I know a lot of people like, yo, Prance, come on, son. Summer almost done. I'm gonna have to sew a sleeve on that t-shirt soon.
But Prance, do let them know you do have some sweaters though. You have some. We need to post those and.
You already know, but even that's samples, fam. And then what if I need sizes and people want different colors, and then I'm being back up against the wall, so I might as well put a pause on it and get all my eggs back in one basket, and then I could start handling everything and dealing with people properly the way people know I should be dealing with them. You know what I mean? And it's a respect thing. You know what I mean? Because people ain't gotta fuck with us at all. But they are, because it's just us, and we always been supportive to other projects, so they want to be supportive to us, and I don't want to drop the ball. So people just giving me some time because of the respect of who I am. You know what I mean? And I respect that, and I don't want to burn that bridge. Because it's hard to rebuild a burnt bridge, my nigga.
I'm not telling you to burn a bridge, I'm just telling you to sell what you have. That's all I'm saying.
And then what we gonna have after that?
It doesn't matter. We get more. We make more.
Got you. Bro, with our guests talking, I hear them make more. I like that.
I'm just saying. I'm a firm believer that if I have something, I'm trying to.
But that's what I needed. I needed some more chorus, like, say no more. I got you.
Our guest. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got something there and it can sell, it's just like selling drugs. You sell it.
You right.
And then you re-up.
You right.
We invest.
You know?
Right.
That's just the hustler in me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But anyway, we have guests.
Let's get it.
Let's
get it.
They have a brand.
Yes.
They come out with the best looking hats that I've seen in a while. I see Prance has one on right
All
now.
day.
Hopefully I can obtain one of those hats. But anyway.
Maybe.
You guys are on it, Spike. You guys are on it. But they are the UBXRV.
Yes.
That's the name of the brand?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody, I can start from this guy and go straight down. Announce who you are. Let's go.
What's good, everybody? Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Tsunami Lex, representing
Best name,
Sir.
bro.
You heard?
UBXRV.
Love that name.
You need to copyright that, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Better patent it quick.
For sure.
That name is dope.
Thanks for having us again.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
it. My name is Way One with Observe, and thank you for having us.
No doubt.
Be here.
It's Way's World.
Ways World.
Ways
IG
World.
Ways
Everybody
World.
knows Ways
Right.
World.
Facts.
Way's
Yeah.
World.
All right, peace to my brothers. My low life brother over here, Prance, 2 L's.
You know
My
what it
IOC
is.
brother.
Facts.
Known him for like good time now. Kumski.
Yes, sir.
People call me C-Ski. J-Ray. Observe. And thank you for having us. I appreciate it. I guess I'm the last man standing.
No doubt.
Hey man, y'all, I'm busted. It's how can I say? It's an honor, to be quite honest, for us to be here as a group, because these kind of gatherings, they're like very limited in our culture.
Sure.
And I was pretty impressed to see the podcast, even prior to even engaging in any conversation with Prance, to even having the thought about being here. So again, as I speak for the group, basically that's how I move myself forward. I think we're actually very honored to be here. Just to not knock things off, my name is Fred. I just go by Fred. That's it, just Fred. That's me. We have a lot of things that we would like for people to know about us, where we started, what is our movement about, and where we're moving forward. That's why we're here. And again, very thankful to be in your podcast.
Absolutely.
All right, appreciate it, fam.
So yeah, so which one do you guys want to start? So how did this come about? Any of you can start.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna take a little over right now and explain something. All right, so I'm kind of like gonna give you a peripheral view of what we are and who we are.
Right.
But C's will be kind of like the guy will kind of tell you the origins of the brand and how it started. These guys are childhood friends.
Okay.
I came into the mix at a super later date and 5 months later date, 5 months ago later date.
Right.
All right, but the camaraderie that we've built in the 4 to 5 months that I've built with Wade and now with C's and with my boy Jay right here, it's something that, dude, only guys from our era will be able to know how it feels. You know, ain't no black and white here. Ain't no, you know, we grown men. We all in our 40s. We're not kids.
Right.
We don't have time for games. So this is why Observe has stepped out of the pack in only 4 months and replicating hats.
Right.
And again, hats has always been a foot in the door. And I told you this since I met you, friends. Observe is way more than just hats. Again, I'm gonna give it out to my main season. He gives you a little bit of the origins of who they were and what it became to what it's becoming. So you go
Pardon,
ahead.
fellas, he keeps calling me by my graph name. Cease, I'm Tsunami Lex, but that's part of the culture, y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we started like from jump, like in like 04, and we used to always build.
Before that, though.
Yeah, it's way before that.
Like
but
90s, late 90s.
That's a
Isaac
fact.
and-
You right.
Well, since the 90s, we were all graffiti writers.
Mhm.
Right? We were all affiliated with the same graffiti crews from the 6th Line in the Bronx, Parchester, Castle Hill, Soundview areas. And basically, you know, on the line, you know, you had certain stops, in between certain stops that crews kind of represented. Like, so we had kind of like Parchester to Zariga, and then from there it was these guys to Pelham Bay. And then the other way, it was too devious going the other way. So you knew what crews and where their land or their block was.
Territorial.
Right, so, you know, that's how we originally met. So we would, you know, and with that culture comes, you know, the racking, the boosting, the reels and whatever you want to call it. And clothes is involved, you know, you get your shit dirty, you still want to look fresh. You're going to boost, you know, what you need. You know, so that's how we met through the culture. And then fast forward to the early 2000s, no, not to early 2000s, like 06, before that, like, it was like when I graduated college.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I would say like 02, 03, we started coming up. It's like, yo, we know way too much about this. We like super driven with our creativity, you know, and the culture, like, and we're the anomalies out of the crew. Like, we're the ones that shine all the time. So it's like, we got to take it a step further. Let's
Maybe
make
before that, like I was saying, like mentioned the 90s though, like there'd be times that we would just, you know, just chilling out, like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if they come out with this? Like,
Yeah.
just ideas with clothing.
Right.
And
And years later, turn around, like, yo,
It
did you see?
happens.
Polo did this. He'll figure it out. This person
we're like,
did
yo,
that.
we gotta do
And we're like,
something.
yo, we were talking about that like years ago. Like,
Yeah.
So we kind of felt like we was on like the right wavelength, kind of, you know.
Yeah, we're always like ahead of the curve
Yeah.
on ideas and shit. And
Like
even
fashion-
style,
like
even
fashion
even
forward.
even us, like
But on
with our crews and like with our peoples and stuff, we were always like the trendsetters of the area or whatever, and we did it with a certain code of conduct, so we got a certain type of respect. We weren't just pretty and stuff. We you know, played the streets too. Like, we were part of the culture for real. You know, we'll punch somebody in the face if we had to. You know what I'm saying?
it's all love. It's all love.
but it's
gotta be
different
live.
now.
Well, that was the code of the street.
nah,
See,
on
back
some
then
real
that was how it was,
No
right?
doubt.
Right. But
It
we-
wasn't that you wanted to do it, but if you had to,
But
you had to.
we kept it fresh no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you had to protect yours and protect your area and your section that
That's
you
right.
was from.
There
we
was
had
always
to,
a
we had,
cycle.
we
on
had
them
to,
lines.
yeah, we had to keep
Right.
it. We had to keep it. You know, it, like that code of conduct I was talking about. It's like it wasn't spoken on. It was more through tough love, through
Everybody
know.
know?
Yeah, but you know, the boosting came with that. The clothes came with that, and it wasn't just low with us. It was, you know, it was Hilfiger.
It was
It was
Gore-Tex.
Gore-Tex. You know, it was Nautica, Gore-Tex.
Yes.
It was
North
EMS.
Face.
It was
For me, I used to
everything.
love live, particularly with low and then face. It was
Yeah,
easy
go
for
with
me
it,
to
right.
boost face. I had good face spots.
Right.
Okay, by that time, my era, it was already like y'all burnt all the spots for the low. So I used to boost the faces.
It's true.
I used to boost the faces.
It's true.
And then I used to trade. I used
Right.
to hook up with some old Brooklyn hands and they trade me the low for the new faces and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
so
how
like
I-
Wade was one of the dudes that used to go to the Ville and, you know, link up with RFC and CM Cats and stuff like that. And we kind of kept it up in the Bronx, but we used to go with him and see like, oh shit, this is, yeah, like we heard of the Low Lives, you know, but we were doing it. We were like always
Unintentionally,
wondering.
it just-
We were like wondering where that influence came from. We always heard it, and then we started seeing it, and it was like, oh shit, you know, we kept it alive for us, and then we were like those cats where we came from.
But speaking about like low life stuff, like I went to high school in the city. I was, you know, lived in the Bronx, but I went to high school in Humanities High School.
Okay.
And actually, Danny Castro from Lyrics and Lounge and them, he was like he was graduating like the year I was coming in. So I was there. I remember them talking about Lyricist Lounge, the whole concept when they were putting it together. Him and kid David Brown, Dave Brown, and all this stuff, and just being around that, and just also seeing the gear. I remember I never seen it like for real. Like from where I was at, I didn't really see low like that. But going to high school, it was just like I was just drawn to it. I was just like that.
Everybody was.
Those
Crazy.
colors, those
The colors,
vibrant
just
colors.
everything.
Right,
And also being, I
Yeah.
guess, like a graphic, like an artist already, it's just like I was just like,
Like,
I didn't know
bro,
where to
seeing
find
you
it.
were raking in the
You know?
dough, bro,
Yeah, I
that
remember-
was
I
what
remember
solidified it.
That was
Like,
ill for us.
in
That
high
was
school days, that shit
ill.
was rocking. Forget it, it's crazy.
That was ill for
Yeah.
us, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we knew, we didn't ask questions, we just knew, like, that's the shit. How do we obtain that? But we were broke little kids.
No doubt.
How?
Yeah, that's
You
all
knew
right.
how.
But that's what I'm saying, we would come up.
That
Bro,
was the only way.
we had a Macy's,
To hook a
we had a
crook.
Macy's in Parchester that were right up the block from where we chilled. We used to practice. You know what I'm saying?
Trial and error, man. Trial and error.
We used to
Yeah, I
practice,
remember
am I right?
when I linked up with the guys from the city, Uptown, this dude CeeLo and Kid G-Stacks, a couple of heads, they were down like RFC and Uptown Vandals and all that. I remember they was boosters, this kid, and I just started learning a little bit, and I couldn't believe, like they, right in front of me, I'm like, how the hell they get that shit like crazy? And I used to just practice, like, throwing stuff up the back and sleeve and stuff, and you know, and then, you know, through practice like anything, you get good at it.
Trial and error.
Practice makes perfect.
Trial and error.
I think that's what it was. It was us recognizing that we were the anomaly, that we always stand out, and we always had these ideas. It was like, oh, we got to put these ideas to work. We got to manifest something, you know. And he was, like he said, he went to certain schools that he learned certain skill sets early,
Right.
and like he was vectoring stuff, bro. Before I even knew what that was,
Like, I got into graphic design, like,
you know, like and then like
late teen, early 20s, just kind of like started
we
getting
were always in
into
the culture.
Plug. You was behind a lot of DJ Clue, Big
Cool,
Say Jump
smack,
Offs.
smack DVDs.
I mean, that helped part of my career
He
too.
did stuff for Snoop, right?
It actually came from him. It actually came, my career took a turn with him. We was at somewhere, and he was like, a friend of mine looking for a graphic designer. And I was like kind of looking to get my foot in the door in the hip hop field. And he plugged me in with this kid, this guy Choke, no joke. And
Made a lot of videos and stuff.
it was just VHS cassettes. So I designed his VHS cassette for the tunnel, which became a DVD.
Yeah.
So
The old school.
I did that.
You seen the DVD?
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
was talking
so-
about the tunnel joint,
Yeah.
the nucleus or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
He was the designer
Yeah.
of all that.
Wow.
So I
He
did
was
that.
the guy behind it.
But I-
And like he plugged from that, like it kind of opened
I
doors
met
for
Choke
me.
though, I think it was through the Source magazine, I think, because I used to help my boy with the unsigned hype. When I was in college, I used to go to St. John's, so I used to bring that flavor to St. John's from the Bronx on the Q44 bus, like straight up. And I got down with the Source, and my boy was working for XXL, so it was like, and then, you know, you had Graph that was going there, Phil Graph, you know what I'm saying? AL Skills was there.
Oh, right.
You know,
Shout out AL.
A Butter was there. Like, it was
Ab.
this, it was Absolute from Lyricist Lounge. It was this culture that kept festering and festering. It was like, yo, we're here. We gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hooked him up with Choke. He started doing it, and it was like, yeah, we gotta start doing stuff for ourselves.
Yeah, but now, back to what we here for, you know what I'm saying? What happened is that I coined a phrase because, you know, when you see something that you come up with, right? And then it's like you don't strike it, somebody else does it. You feel me? And we got that a lot, you know what I'm saying? So we started with a brand. Well, we was coming out to make a brand. It was through a company or whatever, and called it Collective. Because our thing is, when you label yourself, you limit yourself. So we didn't want to be like, yo, we doing sportswear, we doing businesswear, whatever. It's like whatever's coming, it is what it is. If
Right.
it's
It's
fresh,
from us.
I mean, yeah, if it's fresh, it's fresh. Like, you know, you already know Marketing 101. The product speaks for itself. It's going to sell itself, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, my G.
Sorry about that.
Nah, we good.
I just
Okay,
saw
on that one too.
All right, so what I'm
Present
saying,
alive.
got you. So what I'm saying is, all right, is that I coined the phrase is like creative synchronicity. You feel me? Because there's a lot of people out here that's got talent, got gifts. So we would come up with something, but we would sleep on it, it'll come out. So we got tired of that, you know what I'm saying? We started with the collective, turned it into Collectivo, Collé, you know what I'm saying? We did that. That wasn't what we was really, you know what I'm saying, rocking with. So we started, through the culture, we try to teach. Each one teach one, you feel me? So we trying to put this like, yeah, we're gonna sell the brand or whatever, we're gonna push that brand, but we're also gonna teach you something. So we came up with Observe, you feel me? So I coined the phrase because it's like a little tricky. When you see it, you're not really gonna be able to pronounce it. You have to observe in order to make it, to push it through.
Make it
you
work.
feel me? But it's
Pran's
also-
got it though.
Of course.
Right away.
Of course, come on.
Yeah.
Right away.
But those that
Right
don't
away.
know, bro.
You
Those
caught
that
down
don't
like,
gotta
yo,
be said,
those that
don't know. Those that know.
I was actually impressed. I was like the only person that
Well,
knows.
and the thing is, when Fred brought me the hat to the crib, right, in the dark, I observed the quality. That shit was crazy. You feel me? First, like, yo, I looked at it, I was like, yeah,
No.
it don't. Everything looked good, like we were saying on a picture or whatever on the gram. But then when you see it and you think, and then when you feel inside with the terry cloth,
And you know.
you know what it is.
Feel me?
Then you observe what they trying to do.
Exactly. So
Go ahead.
it's also, what is that, like an acronym, right?
That's
it's
what
an
it is.
acronym
It's an
for
acronym.
Unlock Bravery and Reign Victorious. You feel me? So before, when we was in the beginning stages, we shook, B. We ain't have that. We ain't have, like back in those days, it wasn't as easy to find manufacturer. You know what I'm saying?
Sure did.
You know, it's like candy stands in Pakistan type shit. You know, it's like, it's hit and go. So nowadays, you know, it became easier, and this is like, now is the time. You feel me? Like, we did our thing, life happens,
Right.
and now it's like,
Later's now.
you already know, it's greater later. Flee.
So how many different styles you have of the hat out now?
Well,
And that was 1, 2, 3. Was it 4? We got
We have,
team,
technically we
cycle,
have 4 out.
RPC,
They're on sale.
the RP.
4.
3.
We have
One's
we have
two.
technically 3, but we have one
Two
with a
colorways.
2-tone variation.
2 colorways.
Basically, same hat, 2 different tones,
Right.
but they look very different. And we already have
That's the ROPC.
the RLPCs. Yeah, those are. It's one.
When one is the original colorway,
And one
and
is
then
the
one
Observe.
Observe colorway,
which is looks a lot like
Which
a
is-
cycle hat.
And it's dope.
It looks a lot like a cycle hat. So, again, moving forward, right now we have, I will say, 3 samples on track. One of the samples, actually, we could show it around right now here. We have it live and direct.
Nice.
The other one I could disclose. It's Polo Ball. It's a no-brainer. We're giving it a fresh look. We're gonna make it a little bit more as per way, because he made me realize it's true. The original Polo Ball, even though it's a great hat, but it's not the most best looking hat out there.
Nah.
The thing with the
Color's
Polo
flat,
Ball hat, it looked like it was a very limited hat when it did air, and not too many people got to own it. So that made it really hard to access it. But the truth is, in reality, from a creative standpoint, it's not that great of a looking hat.
No, not at all.
At all.
And the ones you
More
see,
for, like,
it's not
like
even
you said,
crispy.
more like
Exactly.
because of limited. Type
Yeah,
of
and it's dark,
Yeah.
and it's too dark.
Yeah, and it break.
Dull.
Yeah.
There's nothing right about
There's nothing bright about it. It's nothing bright, but we are doing it, paying homage to the tribute hats, which is basically our foot in the door of Observe.
Right, that's like basically what it is. It's like us taking the culture that we were nostalgic about,
Exactly.
because we know we did it right. We didn't ride our no coattails.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, like I literally went to Brooklyn and paid homage to the culture that I adopted in my own area. I've been in pig houses with Disc. You know what I'm saying? I've been with Beck on the benches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did it because out of respect of like what people started pulling me out. Like, oh, yo, you.
And this was early.
09,
Exactly.
right?
Thank
So
you.
like, like 08, 09, I started getting back into like, cause my boy Blame, right, West Coast low life right now. He's originally from the Bronx. Blame, IOC, or you guys probably know him as PFE, on you know, Culpa. Y'all know who he is. He basically came to New York. He was like, yo, you still got all your low? I was like, yeah, I got it. It's like, yo, we're doing a shoot on the Brooklyn Bridge. It's like the Timeless Truth with Sean P. And from then it was just like, oh shit, this shit's still rocking. Like, boom, boom, boom. And I started peeling off to my boys, like, yo, this shit's still, like, these cats can still do this. And then, the years go on. I kind of got a little disenchanted with the culture a little bit, because I didn't really like how, certain things were being, portrayed. Like, it was just like watering down a little bit for my taste. Never lost disrespect, always kept contact, always said what's up.
Oh, definitely.
Right? And then fast forward, we go through life. And my boy went through his zigzag zig. You know what I'm saying? My boys went through his zigzag, I went through my zigzag. And at the moment, we came back together.
Right.
But we were honest, like we said, we were always honest. Like, to be honest, what year did you did the no teach?
The no teach, I was like 2000. Yes, I got married. No, right time I got married for 04? 04 maybe, or 03?
04.
Yeah, we did it. I did it.
We
wanted to do the
did
Snow
our
Beach.
variation of a snow beach.
Yeah, we changed the Snow Beach to no teach,
And we-
and KNOW.
And we had-
Back then, we had the website about to go off, everything.
Yep.
But
So-
the funding didn't really come through, and then kind of folded by the wayside. But then
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what we're trying to say now. Is like,
wave.
we were patient. We were patient. We kept observing the culture, kept observing each other's, development, and said, you know what? You've developed a certain maturity. You deserve maturity. We all could bear witness to it. Let's do this.
It's
So he's like, how are we gonna do it?
It's-
Pulling out the things that we thought we could, that should have been done better, right?
But this kind of came organically because, like, actually, what happened with
Wait,
this
please.
the team polo hat, like for me.
Wait, please say the real story.
Well,
Please say how we met, how we did this.
well, I'm saying,
Yes,
the team polo, like, for me, I got the team polo and cycle, but they old and crusty, and I love the team polo. It's one of my favorite hats. And I wanted a new one, and I ain't paying $1,500. I can't even find it in the street. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to redo it. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing design work for a long time, so I just got on the computer, I started doing it. I had a couple $, and I was actually running out of money. I was like, if I don't do this now, try to get it produced, I ain't gonna have the bread to ever do it again. So I was like, let me try to do it. So I did it, and it came out pretty good. And then I started selling it. I put it out there, and then I met Fred. He actually hit me up to buy it. I didn't know him. He bought the hat off me.
You know
And
I
then
hustle this, man.
Yeah, then like he started chewing me down, trying to get a deal and all that stuff like that. And we just clicked. We started kicking it, and he helped me out actually. You know what I'm saying? He started plugging me in and helped me with sales and stuff. And the hats moved really quick.
How long we moved 50 hats?
I think it was like a week.
A week.
Whoa.
It blew my mind.
And
Cause at first when I was
the price
doing it, I was
range
like,
was $1.20,
I did it for myself at first, but I'm like, oh man, it'll move. But then I started getting cold feet, like, nah, is it really gonna move? I'm getting stuck with all these hats. And then I was like, damn. And then once they started going, then I got them, and I got scared again. And then next thing I know, like, shit stuff just moving quick, and I was like, blew my mind. I was like, oh shit. So then like, I started getting the feel, like, hollering like at these guys again, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to start getting back to what we wanted to do. It was outline, observe. So I wouldn't even continue with like doing low stuff. Like I was like, figured maybe, make some money and put it towards our own stuff. But then, people start calling, you should do this, I used to do that, and it started opening the door. It's like, yeah, okay, so we kind of rolling with it for now, but we kind of want to transition to our own stuff, our own designs.
That's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
gonna ask you.
saying?
So, you're gonna continue to bring out like the homage hats, but then you're gonna like mix
Grails.
it up.
We call them the grails.
You're gonna mix it up with like your own like original stuff.
Yeah,
eventually?
definitely. Because it's actually, for me, I don't see much more to be really done that's like worth
It's gonna be a
time and effort.
transition period.
And it seems like
And it's gonna
everybody-
go for a
Well,
while.
It has to, but you captured a lot of your clientele with the quality
course.
of work
But
that
that's
you
the
did
point,
with
right,
the-
so that's
with
why
the grails.
That's what it's about. That's why it's a grail, because it's prestigious, it's supreme, right? It's like, they put it behind plexiglass. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I wouldn't.
And how many cats put their shit away like it
what
doesn't
we do.
depreciate,
Right.
right? Some pieces don't depreciate. You know that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Certain ITs don't depreciate.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what remakes Ralph does. You know what I'm saying? But what we're trying to do is just pay homage to what sparked our creativity, what sparked our, color blocking
Right.
and palettes when we were just coming on the block. Like literally, I could tell my boy coming down like a killer bee with his steepy and you know what I'm saying? Like there were certain things that were just like,
George Jefferson bomb.
yeah. He literally had a George Jefferson
But
bomb.
we straight sparring too. We trying to showcase the quality of what we're gonna do in the future.
That's a sample.
Details.
I mean, the thing like with quality, like
We still
As
need
a
to tweak
designer-
that
as a
little
designer,
bit.
like, I was
On the
always-
strap it's gonna be modified a little bit better.
This there some fixing.
We fixed
up.
that already.
Nice.
Well, like as quality, like for me, like as a designer, like I was like really particular about my work,
Got
really
it.
particular, and I wouldn't want to put my name attached to anything
Right.
unless it was right. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I mean, especially if I'm going to deal like trying to